Oh, now some of you might be wondering, why have I not gotten any real car content done? Or how big am I done? The cars are just not, there's no really... Well, let me tell you a story about shoddy workmanship. And, and also the reason why I'm covered in mud. Oh, even my knees, look at that. Oh, dirt, mud, grime, gravel. Oh, it was a hard day's work today again. It never ends when you're a homeowner. And you just kind of find more and more shoddy workmanship as you go along. Well, today, yes, it's story time. And I'm relaxing. And had way too many Coronas. Because my guy, he likes Coronas too. Oh, I tell you, that's the glorious thing about working for yourself. Sometimes you can drink on the job all you want. But anyways, so what happened was the well decided it was going to have a leak. So I periodically check the well anyways, because I've been having a lot of problems with the PEX pipe underneath the house and whatnot, and the crawl space, because not the PEX themselves, not the joins themselves, but the fittings themselves have been cracking and leaking. So over the years, I've changed just about every PEX connector in this house because they're all cracked and leaking. I've never ever seen anything like that before in my life. Must be really cheap fittings or something. I don't know what it is. Anyways, so it got me to be keeping an eye on the, because out in the country we have a pressure system, a well system, and you know, you got a tank, you know, a pressure tank and all this other stuff, and lines underground and whatever. So what ended up happening, I got used to checking the pressure, you know, to make sure the pressure's still good. If I see it bouncing around, then I know I have a leak. So this morning, getting ready to go into the garage and do some cleaning up or something, a trip to the dump, anything. Get in there, and I see the thing's bouncing from 70 to 100. 70 to 100, and it just keeps dropping. I'm like, oh crap. So I ran underneath the house right away, because it's crawl space, you know, country living. Looked around, saw nothing. I'm like, oh crap. That means it's underground somewhere. Luckily, I found it over by the actual well. I seen the spring coming up of just pure water. I'm like, there it is. So it broke off right where we call this thing called a snappy, down below where your actual, you know, pump hooks up to and feeds the house or whatever. Anyways, that was done wrong, and you'll see what I mean in the rest of the video. So that's what I've been doing all day, playing in the mud and water. But mind you, it was nice under there, you know, because, you know, you got a lot of the groundwater. It's nice and cold, and it's super hot out again today. So I didn't mind being in the water. Like, I just dunked myself right into it. It was nice, I have to say. I always wanted a pool in the middle of the yard, but oh my God, was it nice. So the job is done. The yard is a mess. It looks like I'm going to have to bring some soil in now, do some, you know, do some yard work that way, make it pretty, build a mound over there so it sinks in. You know, I have to wait for it all to settle and everything else anyways. Oh, landscaping it is. So, yeah. So now I'm just waiting on food, just ordered. You know, it'll be delivered here right away. I'm pretty I'm pretty lit on the Coronas. Oh, so yeah. So enjoy the rest of the story. Jeez. Not really how I wanted to spend my Saturday. Shoddy workmanship strikes again. Looks like the snappy or broke off on the well here. Right off on the well, so I guess I gotta get a backhoe out here and get digging. Great. Well, there goes the man, the myth, the legend, Leo Funk, after a frickin' hectic day of digging and water lines and you name it. All because some jackass didn't do it right to begin with. Good thing he gives me a deal. So $500 later and a 6-pack of Corona. And here, I'll show you. Now, obviously I didn't do any video of this process because I'm not taking my phone down in a pit full of water. But basically, there's your failure. Right off what we call the snappy down below, where your pump hooks up to your water line that goes to wherever, your house, your system. Down there on the snappy is supposed to be a 90, a brass 90. So this doesn't happen, because this stuff here, once it settles, it starts pushing down on this stuff, and this is what happens. So they put, basically, instead of a $40 part or $20 or whatever it is, they put an 80-cent piece of shit down there that failed. That now cost me, or would have cost, well, okay, it cost me $500, but anybody else, you're looking at $1,000 plus. All because the experts and professionals want to cheap out on junk. So now, well, you know, whatever. The only reason it cost me $500 is I know what I'm doing, and he knows me, and we know each other, and I used to work for him. Now he used to pay me, now I'm paying him. Hilarious. So now I got to do some, obviously, some yard work. We built it up there. We're going to build that up even farther up. That's another thing they did, is usually Leo, the professionals, the actual professionals, will take that and they'll put it down like 7 feet. 7 feet. This one's only about 5. So up here in Canada, we have a thing called frost and frost lines. I mean, 6 feet, we can get frost to 6 feet in Canada. And that sucker is 5 feet. You gotta be kidding me. So we ended up, I ended up running to the hardware store, grabbing about 3 of those. So underneath there, because we had to come through here, because we didn't have enough line, so we ended up taking the line over and looping it over, and then back into the 90 properly with the brass fitting. And then so we built it up, put it down, you know, as far as we can. We put a layer of that on top with some, and then we put about 4 inches of you know, material on top of that, and we put another one of those on top just to break that frost, so that doesn't happen, won't freeze ever again, because it's the same situation. I was told when we bought this place that even here in the driveway, if there is no snow in this area, even though I built this up 2 feet, this was built up 2 feet, so we didn't have much trouble last year when we barely had any snow. But still, the point being, you could not park anything here. You had to let the snow build up here, or the water line would freeze right here, because it's not down 7 feet where it's supposed to be. So, I mean, some of you contractors out there, if you're, you know, getting well hookups and septics and whatnot, It's best to pay attention to who you hire and pay attention to what they're doing. Because you see them putting this stuff on down in the well, probably be best if you just tell them to go home. It'll save a lot of time and grief in the future for somebody anyways. I realize people are trying to cut corners all the time and everything else, but really, I mean, you get, and this is another thing, they put that stupid putty in there for the seals. What the heck? That doesn't do anything. It's just a mess. It doesn't do anything. Just junk. But yeah, basically in a nutshell, that's what you're looking at. Now I'm going to go get some more Coronas, I guess, because we're out. Later. I tried these babies out in the winter time. You know, I was like, it's cold out. They're probably not that great right now. So I'm going to wait till it's summertime. Now that it's summertime, oh, these taste so good. Weather definitely makes a difference when it comes to certain things. And yes, this is pretty good stuff. Good job, Moosehead. Good job. Bottoms up.